If you drive older cars like I do, then you probably got brake line problems. I've had brake line problems for years. Brake lights on my truck, but I still got brakes. I still got front brakes, so I'm not scared to drive it. I just want the brake light to go out. This is a 1/4 inch brake line repair kit by Race Wheel. Get this on Amazon. I'll put a link down below. Comes with 25 foot of 1/4 inch brake line cable. Comes with all your fittings. That's all your end fittings. This is your connectors. Comes with the, we'll get that camera over here closer so you can see it better. Comes with the flaring tool. Pretty nice set. See, I think this is about around $50. Comes with a cutter. These pieces here so you can do your double flare for your brake lines. Well, I was putting on a master cylinder, and a brake booster on one of the last videos, and I kept pumping it. I couldn't find my leak in my lines, and with me trying to bleed the brakes, I finally got it it was leaking on the frame rail, dripping onto the frame. I never could find the leak until the other day. It finally leaked enough that I could spot it where it was at. So instead of, I was thinking about just cutting the piece out and splicing it in, you know, maybe 2 foot long. But it's right there by the gas tank, and I think it's going to be easier just to replace the whole line. This got a lot of copper in it. Usually got more tin or nickel in it. This here looks almost, I'm sure it's got some other, I'm sure it's just not copper line. Probably be too expensive to make, but it ought to last a while. Shouldn't rust for a while. But I think it's going to be easier to go from find out where it's coming off of the ABS system. I seen 2 lines right in there that comes down. One's got to go to the front brakes, and the other one's got to go to the back brakes. So I got to make sure I get a hold of the right one, splice into it, and run this all the way back to the back. It's not going to be on the frame rail, but it's going to be close. It's going to be right beside the gas tank. Be able to zip tie it and stick it right through there where it'll be out of the way, where it won't get banged up and pinched and everything else. I was going to change anything that could possibly leak on the truck until I finally found out where it was leaking at, right on the frame rail, kind of right there by the gas tank. Yeah, if your Camaro's getting old, like the 5th gens are getting old, then you need to, probably going to need a brake line here for long. As far as that truck goes, we're going to run it all the way back. Like I say, we're going to find out where it connects into the ABS system, connect it into it with a connector. Hopefully I got the right size. Double flare it, stick it in there. You get ready to bend this stuff, get you like a bottle, or like if you want to bend it down and then back, just get you a bottle or something and kind of shape it around it. You don't want to just bend it just like I'm doing here. You just don't want to do that, because you will put a kink in it and it'll ruin it, especially through the middle of it. We're gonna get this thing uncoiled, and probably won't do it today. That wind's still a little cool outside. I'm gonna probably uncoil all this and start from the back and just snake it through there all the way through. And I could always slide it over later and make sure I get it where I want it. But I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it, instead of trying to get in there and because there's like 4 lines that run through there. I'm not sure what all that is, whether it's some of it could be right there by the gas tank, so it could be evap lines, or I don't know. I don't want to cut into something where I don't know what it is, so I got to make sure. And I still think the easiest way to do that, instead of cutting into one of them lines and just saying oops, and then having to splice it back together with this kit. I think they're all 1/4 inch. I think they're all 1/4 inch lines. So I know the back brakes goes to 1/4 inch line. So I guess tomorrow we'll string this out and snake it up through there, go all the way to the front of the truck. Then we'll find out where we need to connect it to. I'll do some research on the internet tonight and find out which spot on the ABS control module, find out which one goes to the back brakes, and then I'll tap into that, run it all the way to the back, find out where we need to tie back there, and I probably need there's a rubber line back there on the back there by the differential. I think I'm probably going to swap that out too, because I know I did the 2 front rubber hoses up on the brakes, because they was coming apart, and you push on the brake and it would hold. It'd basically freeze up the brakes. It would not let them release, so I had to get them swapped out. So I know I got them done probably 4 or 5 years ago, but I still need to replace one more in the back, get that one done. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We'll get that camera over here closer and I'll give you a better look at this stuff, and then we'll go out to the truck and we'll get this put in. Okay, this little kit right here, a lot of you know how to do these flaring tools. Stick your 1/4 inch down there and the last one down here. It'll do 3/8, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 3/16. And there's your little cutter. Them are pretty easy because you can get in real tight areas. There's what you put onto that to flare it out with. Of course, that's got to be flipped over. No, I don't. That's the side it needs to be flared on. Right there. And you got these here to do your double flares with. Been a long time since I did the double flare. Okay, we'll open these up. It's just a bunch of different sizes. I think they're all 1/4 inch. They're different size threads, so should be able to find what size we need. This is where you make your union right here. Put one of these on both sides. Just like that. But it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and put one of these. I really need to find out what size first, so I'll have to, like I say, I'll figure out which one I need to connect to. I like to connect it right straight onto the ABS module. Yeah, I like to connect it right to the ABS system. That way there's no splices in between. Connect it right to that. Do my light bends. It's got to bend down a little bit and then bend out. Just real light bends. And then go all the way to the back. So yeah, it'd probably be a good idea to have open this up. Get this out of here. $25 foot should be enough. But I need to figure out what size of nut I need and go ahead and get it flared and kind of tape all this up so it won't get no dirt in it. While I'm running this up to the front, that way I don't have to pull it way on out in order to flare that and then have to put it back. It'll be ready to go. So that's what we'll do tomorrow. Get that like that, get it flared on the end. Whether this size or the bigger size, I'm pretty sure it's I think it's about that size right there. We've got to make sure, because I don't have to redo it. Get that flared and get this all straightened out. And this here, you're going to have to be real careful on straightening it out. Just like this, got to be, like I got a nice lip right here. I can just lay it along there and see, that made it almost straight. Made it pretty straight. I think I'll go ahead and leave that bend in there. There's got to be another bend down. See, I can just keep on rolling this out. Gonna have to probably do it the other way, just like this, where I can run it all on out. Run it on out. See this? That's gonna make it not too hard. This table right here has got a nice little lip on it where you can just lay that in there. Perfect. Already got me about 5 foot out there. Okay, according to this box, it's copper coated brake line. So that's cool. Wish they'd do it all that way. Copper coated brake line, that'd last a long time. That's what's in the box. Race wheel, 1/4 inch brake line repair kit. This is not a, you get this on Amazon. This is not a review, but I guess it is, but it's not a paid sponsor. I wasn't sent this. I had to go to Amazon and get it because I needed it. Alright, let's go out to the truck and see what we got to do. Okay, up under the truck here, and this is right here by the rear axle here. This is on the back brakes here, and this does not look factory here. Feel like somebody's been in here before. This line right here, like that's been replaced before. This line right here kind of bends back and goes back in behind the gas tank. So I'm going to have to find get a couple wrenches to see if I can take that apart right there. That goes into all these rubber lines that goes back and forth over here to that line, comes over and up and over, goes in all these lines. All these other lines look fine, so I have to break it loose right there and see if I can connect right into that one and go all the way to the front with it, right along the frame rail. So that's going to be fun. Okay, we start from the back, shoved it completely forward, got it all the way up to the ABS pump. Got new exhaust on this thing too. Got that less than a week ago. Trying to get this truck in better shape rather than buy another one. So we'll go up front, we'll do a double flare fitting. Show you how to do that. Okay, here's where my line comes out. Right here by the motor. Put the little zip tie on there so that nut won't fly down. Go way up under the truck. Now I'm gonna get this all connected, flared, and connected right onto that one right there. They say, look at the diagram on this ABS pump right here. The one on the far right is your rear brakes, and right here on the front is your rear brakes. So we're going to tie it into that right there. I'm going to have to do a little bending on it. We're going to put a flare on going to put a double flare on it first. Show you how to do that. Okay, I'm going to take this little kit right here, stick it on that line right there. I had to go get my tripod. I can't hold it and make a quality video. Okay, there's your 1/4 inch. There's your 1/4 inch. Take this and pull this up. I don't have it attached to nothing right now, so get done with this. I'll put some zip ties on it. Okay, you find your 1/4 inch, stick a hole down. Take and measure that. That's how much space you need. It's pretty well level. Don't want to get too much either. Sure don't want to drop this thing, I'll tell you what. It's pretty close right there. Stick that down in there. I'm going to get something to kind of clean that out of there. It won't fit in there right now. Get a little knife or something. Got a box blade here. Just be real careful not to gouge it or anything. Okay, now it fits. Now we get the other part. Make sure you put your nut on before you start flaring, I'll tell you. That'll make you mad when you make a perfect flare. Perfect double flare and you didn't put your nut on there. There's no way I could have done this holding the camera. Okay, we're gonna put it all the way down until you feel it bottom out. That copper coated brake line ought to be pretty easy. Okay, bottomed out. Can I grab that piece right there if I can grab it? I don't want to release. Really don't want to undo my screws because I need to leave it right where it's at. I had to find me a screwdriver. Well, I guess I could use this right here. I just don't want to drop this thing down into the motor. I'd never find it again. On there tight. You use a WD-40 or you can use some people use automatic transmission fluid. Okay, now we'll stick that thing. See, it's got a kind of a flat flare. Make a double flare. We'll stick this back on there. Back on the 1/4 inch side. See how I've got it pretty well level there? That's where you want it. Really didn't know how to take it back apart, but now you flare it one more time. Yeah, we'll cut the line back there in the back. Now, whatever you do when you're working on brake lines, I gotta tell you this. Do not use compression fittings. What are compression fittings? It's your connector here, your centerpiece, and you got a little barrel that you slip over that, and this goes over and it compresses it when you tighten it down. You got your little union here, and they fit into it basically the same way this does. If you want to just go on, take this line and keep going with it, you have another fitting just like this, and you put a little union between it. Screw it together and you make a good tight fitting. But you do not want to use compression fittings. This is brake line fittings right here. This is your fittings. See, that won't slip out of there. This thing might be under 1,000 pounds of pressure when you stomp down on the brakes. So you sure don't want that thing to slip off of there. Stomp down on the brakes and the line breaks loose, and then you're definitely going to have an accident. Okay, now we've got to bend this around where it'll fit right into here. So then you kind of, you're going to shove that back, bend it up, and then back in. So I need to find something small and round. I can get all this stuff here out of the way. If I mess around enough, stick my 1/4 inch back in there. Stick this back in there. Okay, fold that up. Have it when we need it. Okay, we've got a wasp can here. We're going to shove this thing back some. Well, actually, go ahead and do our bends first. Right here is where it's wanting to come up. Right here is where it's wanting to come up. Hope you can see that. Bring it up like that. Bring this back in. Yeah, this keeps you from getting too much pressure on one area, so it don't kink. Okay, now we'll shove as back as far as we can. Looks like we need to make another bend right here. Kind of bend it in. Yeah, just make sure you got the right size of fitting on this too. I had to try about 4 or 5 different ones. Wound up being about the biggest connector I had. Okay, now we'll tighten it down. Snug but not over tight. Okay, I'll give you a close-up on that. You see that fitting down there on the bottom part? Goes down and under. So now we're ready to go cut the back. We'll get to the back and I'll tell you what I got to do. I'm going to have to probably order some more parts. Not going to finish it today, but I can cut that line up, put some tape on, and I can continue to drive the truck. Because I still do have front brakes. And still have a brake light on. But I'm not going to be driving it much. So we'll go to the back. Okay, you can see that copper line right there toward the middle of the frame there. Now I'm going to go down through here, and I'm going to, as soon as I get this line cut, I'm going to go down through the frame rail right there, and I'm going to zip tie it all the way down through there. And wherever it touches, you want to make sure you got it zip tied where it won't sit there and rub a hole in it. I think it'll last. It ought to last a long time. Being as it's copper coated, it probably won't. It won't rust for a while. Okay, right here's your got to keep all your lines away from that bumper right there where it comes down onto that platform there. That's where I need to cut that back. I'm probably gonna, I'm probably gonna cut it long. Probably gonna cut it clear out to here, clear out to where the tailpipe kind of goes out, and I can kind of bend it back around where I can keep it away from all that stuff. No, my problem back here is I can't get that connector right there off. This one right here. See, somebody's been in here before. Somebody's replaced that line before, because you can see right up there is where the original one was. Right up here where it used to connect. See your rubber lines right there. Your metal line would tie in right there. Loop back around. So all this right here has been, like I say, somebody's replaced this line before. I've had this truck for a long time. It's a 99, so they must have replaced it just before I got it. I think it was less than 10 years old whenever I got it. So I can't get that line off right there, so I'm going to have to probably buy, see it connects over to there, onto the differential, another T connector. This one right here is the original one right here. And it's been abandoned. I probably got 15 foot of copper left. So okay, I'm gonna cut this line right here, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got this line cut. It's not too far from where I need it. I'll just bend it around. I'll just have to make sure I've got it maybe zip tied onto that black line right there. Keep it away from your bumpers here. Put it on that side of it and zip tie it down real good. It ain't like I'm going to be jumping with it and bottoming it out, but you don't want to take a chance of pinching that and get a leak. If you got a Silverado or something like that, you can order a kit that's a little bit over $100 that's already pre-cut, stainless steel, got your ends on it and everything. But you're going to have to, it comes in a big box, and you're going to have to, there's tape between where you got to bend it back out straight. But I was thinking about doing that last night, thinking about just go ahead and buy the kit. But I cannot find a kit for this truck. You got to make them yourself. This is a 99 LS. It's just a 1500 half ton. It's not the Silverado, it's just the regular extended cab. So you can't find, and it's the 99 between the year changes. See, they changed the body style in from 98 to 99, and this falls right in between there. And it's, you don't know whether to order parts for the 98, 99, or 95, 96, 97 trucks, or go into the 2000s. It's hard to find parts for this truck because it is what it is, I guess. Anyway, I usually be able to find what I need. Alright, I'm gonna get some zip ties down through there. Zip tie all this up, put a piece of tape on the end of this, and we can continue to drive it until I get all my parts in. Got a power string pump coming in probably in a couple days. I'm not going to do a video on that because there's quite a few videos on changing out a power steering pump, and I just want to get it done. Power steering pump's not real bad. I mean, it just makes a little bit of noise. I just want to fix everything on this truck that needs, anything that it needs, I'm going to put it on there. See them new exhaust right there? That ain't been on there a week. It just goes up to the glass packs. It's not all the way through. It just goes right to the glass packs. I didn't have to do full exhaust on this. So even though this was still close to $200 just for this little dab, couldn't imagine I have to do the whole exhaust. It'd be over $500. Alright, I'm going to get some zip ties done. I'll be back here shortly. Okay, there it is, right along the zip tied right along the frame rail. Looks good. Got a couple more to go and I'm done. Okay guys, I got real lucky on this one. I put some WD-40 on that connector right there and got it off. It goes up here to the old line. Goes up here to this line right here. So now we gotta find a connector like that. And I didn't grab one, so I could cut that one back off. I think I'll just go get a new one. I want to get all my parts before I got under here, but I didn't do it. I forgot my part that goes right into that. Screws right into it. Be sure to put your flare on first. So yeah, put some WD-40 on that and got some wrenches on it. Instead of adjustable wrenches, made a lot of difference. So I'll get this all put together and I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and flare it and everything. I don't have a tripod under here I'll show you how to do the front one. So just take and flare it just like we did the front one. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna have to get something to remember how much trouble we had on the first one. It wasn't, that little piece wouldn't go in there. So I'm gonna have to probably clean that out, and so my fitting will go in there so I can make the double flare. Okay, I'm gonna get busy, get that thing done. Okay, there it is, all connected. That connects to both brake lines in the back. So now I think I'm gonna put some brake fluid in that reservoir and break loose the line that's going into the wheel cylinder there. Just see if I can't get some fluid down this way. I think in the next video we're going to do a brake bleed with the King Bolin scanner. It has ABS brake bleed on it, so I think we'll do that in the next video. I've got a little container with a hose on it that connects to your bleeders. That way you can run that brake bleed system, and you can basically bleed your brakes by yourself without having to pump the brakes. So we'll get into that in the next video. So I'll show you a little bit on this. Won't leave quite yet. We'll see if we can't get some of the air out of the system right now. So I'll be right back. Okay, I loosened up that brake line right there, and I didn't get nothing out of it. So I think we'll just wait till we do our ABS bleed. That pump will force that stuff through there. We'll catch it in the bottle. So I guess I'm gonna wrap up this video, and yeah, I'm thinking about doing the differential next. I've had this truck for years, probably 15 years, and I've never changed the grease in the differential. So I might get a new cover and put new grease in that. May do that here pretty quick. Alright, thanks for watching.